Hit me with the copyright strike. What is up, everyone? Welcome to BECKONED Development Weekly Stream, episode 125. That's a call back for a while ago, but I hope you enjoyed. What's up, Dwight?
I'm kind of speechless.
You remember that.
I wish I didn't.
But you do. Yeah. And now you will again. Welcome, everyone. I hope everyone's been having a good week so far. Welcome to our Thursday show. Thank Dwight for the schedule change. It was his fault.
Yeah,
but here we are.
It's fine. But it was life or death.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
I mean,
So, who we saying hi to in the chats? Bud, what's up? How you doing, sir? Hiya, what the? Hello, how you doing? Yeah. That's who we got. I don't see anyone else.
It's all good. We'll make it. They'll catch up.
Yeah, they'll catch
up. They're gonna hop on tomorrow. I'll hop on tomorrow and be like, hey.
You like Hiawatha likes Thursdays. Okay, cool. All right.
Thirsty Thursday, I think, is kind of how this is going to roll.
Might work for a lot of us here. So, guys,
something like that.
As you're seeing here, I'm getting quite a lot more done on everything, and moving forth, and this frame's going to change. I got a new idea for this one.
So, come on, man! You're gonna just flip it, 180 horizontal.
No, it's just going to be entirely different from what I had planned. That you see scribbled there, just be a bit different. But I've got to get Pestro shaded, lit. I got to get the loading cowl colored in, and I got the background here. I've got this little thing here that I got to color a little bit too. I just haven't nailed in. If you notice, it's also uncolored there. It actually kind of doesn't show up here. And before this, our faking isn't really seen close up too much like that. So I gotta make my choice on this page on that. Anyway, I've also been learning some other things that I'm trying to correct that I'm gonna have to run back in the book. And because so I got character designs and I got them pretty well memorized. There's just certain type of measurements that kind of been fluctuating between character and character that I've seen, and not measurements in the body, measurements in some of the fabrics or the beads and stuff. So I'm seeing areas where I'm seeing they're too short there, they're too long here, but if I can mitigate a little bit here and change it over at these extremes, then there's a medium found. So I found the medium, and so I'm just kind of moving forward, guys. Like I said, this is like Friday. It's just it's Thursday, So
don't mind me. I'm just gonna sit on the couch and wait.
Wait for what? What are you waiting on? Waiting for this book to get done. You're predictable. Get new material.
I was kind of waiting for the stream to get better.
Well, the change of subject is one, or the change of timing is one thing.
Yeah, I mean the time zones are a little different.
And better wine. Do you wanna be Logan Paul? You wanna run around all fancy schmancy? What do you want?
Well, I mean,
I got to get a book done first.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to not get a divorce, So,
well, that's good. You told me Fridays to start out with. I asked you what schedule.
I don't remember that, but
I do.
Well, I mean, gosh, man, that was 2 years ago now.
Yes, it was. We ran strong in that Friday hotspot time slot.
Was banging.
Banging. So, doesn't matter. It's all good. As long as everybody's happy on the team, everything moves smooth.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely going to help me show up.
Go on kayak trips, go on dates, feel like you're not, ignoring things at home.
Not getting shot by my wife. Those are all, noble causes,
For sure.
So
sorry, Becky.
Playing around a little bit more in the programming and messing around with the boss fight. And so the boss is fighting, trying to kind of figure out a little bit more of their tactics and what they're really going to do. And you and I talked a little bit more about that just here recently. So, getting a few things just hashed out, and that will then be something that we can clean up. But I mean, at least there is an attack right now, and then we can always tweak and modify. But I mean, like, that is actually sitting there ready to roll, which is
with
a relief,
Yeah. What Dwight's basically saying is all the going wide with systems has basically kind of been stalled a bit while he polishes up what we've got working for this update.
That's the hope.
And what's the hope? That's what's being done. Guys, that update is going to work better. It's going to feel better, and it's going to feel a little bit more complete. You're still going to want to play more, but you'll get a bit more fun and a better idea.
Gosh, if you can actually save and keep going versus have to cook it and hope and pray that it pauses and is there tomorrow,
And save systems are a big part of games.
It is, and man, I'm finding out why I kind of didn't go that route early on, because man, I mean, you talk about a task. It really was quite more involved. So in the industrial setting, for me, it's really just, okay, fine, I'm going to save some stuff in an array, but I'm just going to save it off, and there it is, and then I'll recall it later. This is so much further in depth and beyond that, that I'm used to, as far as kind of a saving algorithm and a platform. So that it took a second for sure.
Yeah. Oh no, like the history of saving in video games.
I mean,
that's been incredible. It used to be in battery packs in the cartridge, dude.
Whatever, man. It was a code you had to write down, and you better hope and pray that your mother didn't throw that code away. That you had to enter manually every darn time you turn the console on. I gotta put this, and this to get back. Man, is it a 0 or is it a capital O? My goodness, like trying to get those codes right.
Dark Forces on MS-DOS worked that way.
And then PlayStation came out with a memory card, and it was like, oh my gosh, there's a memory card.
Well, hold on. It's a little early. The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo, the actual regular Nintendo, it had a battery inside the cartridge, and that
I don't remember that.
It was
I don't.
Game.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
For me, it was always a code that had to be put in, and then it took you where you were going.
It was effective because it was great for the magazines back then. You know,
I can imagine.
they would print out and tips and a whole magazine, tips and tricks. You know, they would be advertisements for games, but in the back it had this whole list of popular games and all that, all the cheats that
you know. It makes me wonder about looking at their code or what that older algorithm was for. Hey, you've got all this stuff. Here's your code. Enter this code, and it'll give you all of this stuff. I mean, you know, how was that really?
Left down, left, right,
You know,
down, right, left,
not
left,
but
right,
but
right
but
was Mortal Kombat 2.
but I'm just, you know, I'm talking like, okay, I was on this level with this much energy, with this much, you know, gold and this much what, you know, these
and that
weapons and, you know.
and platformers work well for that. Mario works well for that.
Yeah.
You know, the old Marios work well
And was
for
it just a matter of, okay, well, we're just going to make this key code means you have this much this and this, and they had set them up in, you know, 4 different kind of quadrants for the code. And I truly honestly, it would be interesting from a coder to see kind of where their thought process was for that back then, you know, just as almost just from a coder perspective, you know.
Well, a lot of things, if you're thinking like, let's say Super Mario or you know, the Mario Brothers on Nintendo, you know, if they had the digit codes to actually go in, great, cool. But oh shit, man, I just went blank about 1,000 different ideas.
Oh my gosh, dude, serious? I mean, like
track.
you say Super Mario Brothers Nintendo, and then
I totally just lost track. So many different ways of going on that.
You started thinking about Luigi and that belt, didn't you? It's like, oh man. Or was it Mushroom?
Oh yeah, okay. So save states in those games were a bit different with the data they're handling. Obviously, you got world builds, what power-ups you have, you know, but it was rather simple for what it was doing. So when it comes to a game like BECKONED, an RPG, the variables that you have to keep. Okay, how many side quests did I complete at this point? How many levels am I? What loadings do I have? You know, it's all so many different variables, and you have to put checks in the programming for that to you know work. So
yeah, it's going to be
more overhead.
It's going to be pretty killer, you know, having that definitely. Like I said, I just wonder how.
That's working great so far.
40 years ago, they were just taking I mean, gosh, I guess it'd be a little different. I mean, there were codes in Punch Out, right?
Yeah.
To get you back to like, hey, I left off here, you know, and there was just a code. So I guess though with that, it might have been a little easier. Like, hey, that code just takes you to, you know, Soda Pop, you know, okay, all right, cool. But still, gosh, man, you lose that piece of paper that you wrote that code down on, and life just sucked for a minute, you know?
Okay, well, having Josh's little brother and we both were kind of playing video games and stuff. PlayStation, okay, but I had like Final Fantasy 7, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9, all of that, and Josh is still trying to play Madden and everything else on
Baseball.
Guess how many hours I spent in those games that got erased for Madden video game stats.
Oh, right.
Oh, I could have killed him a few times. It happened. Oh man.
Hey,
that's why I'm so good at them. I had to replay them.
That is what that would have been like. Hey, I need another memory card, and like you keep yours, I keep mine, and you keep your hands off this.
That definitely happened.
At least there, like I said, when there was a modular card that when a PlayStation 1, I was like, oh man, I gotta I got an actual card I can have and save stuff on, and oh
And
man,
then
this is
you
so
lose
cool.
the card. I still have mine
Well,
packed away.
and then PS2 comes out, and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
oh what? Oh, no more card. Like, oh my
No
gosh,
hard drive.
what kind of voodoo is this that there's no more card on this? You know.
Save states has been an interesting thing for both us to remember, and then you working on in this
For sure.
and in the capacity of the type of game it is. It's just I don't think it gets much more complex than that, except for MMOs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But I just, it's interesting to be able to at least
Big
appreciate.
what's up?
It's interesting to be able to appreciate blowing in the cartridge and having your own little secret,
Yeah.
your little program to try to get everything to go back on your Nintendo base,
Melmac
and
touch.
and it was like, okay, all right, it froze up and it's blinking. Okay, all right, well, let me pull it out, and I'm trying to remember. For me, it was like you blow on it, you put it back in, but you don't put it back in all the way, and you start to push the
Right.
cartridge down and then in, and you kind of slam it back in, and then you close the cover. And then there was others like, don't close the cover. And there was a
Right.
ritual with putting that Nintendo back together and getting that
Oh,
game
yeah.
running again.
For
For
like
sure.
you're trying to get to the last boss on Mario, but your brother's got to sit there and hold the cartridge down a certain way. And you get to the last boss, and you bring the parents in and the family, and you're like, "Hey, I'm about to beat this game," and then they sneeze, like Josh sneezes or something, and then boom, the game turns off, and it's like, no.
Well, I mean, here's the other piece. I mean, do you remember the little TV video little switch that you had to have on the back of the television to actually switch it over for you to play a video game or watch TV?
Auxiliary and
my goodness, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was high tech, man.
Yeah, we've come a long way since then.
I mean, that was wild. And the magical Channel 3.
Yeah, or 2 or 4, depending on what
Yeah, what you set it to.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
On those old static cable shows that would be at your friend's house, but not at your parents.
Oh man, yeah.
Put them
those old satellite TVs where you had to kind of rotate to the west to watch what you weren't supposed to watch. Yeah,
right. We weren't going to the woods anymore.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, I thought you were going over to Johnny's to go play. Well,
no.
About that. Oh man, for sure. But no, just it's interesting to me, like I said, where you can be able to appreciate what we experienced then to what you have in front of you now. And
so
man,
you've talked to me about games and like what's our end goal idea for where BECKONED, not necessarily BECKONED, but where Zade Studios is going. And you're like, oh shit, he's doing this on stream. Yeah, I'm doing it on stream. Why not? Giving a little bit of insight, but not everything. So the idea is like, okay, so you got BECKONED, but then what's the long game? What are we want? Are we going to do a full studio? Yeah, that was the idea. That's what the business plan says. Well, what do you want to do as a full studio? Is it just BECKONED all day, BECKONED? Well, there's enough material we could be doing BECKONED as our main title, IP that keeps funding us and moving us forward. But I would love to have a big team of people working on different type of things, different type of iterations. I still think what we're doing now is kind of laying that groundwork of which we iterate off of. But this is all kind of going back to where are games going? And from what I'm used to what they were, what we grew up as is, well, they were a little bit of toys. They were marketed, to be such. They were sold to be such. but they were like books, at least the ones I played, not just the fighting games but RPGs and adventure games felt like you were reading or being part of something. So it's a little contained story because multiplayer didn't show up, and it was fun and it was your own little thing. But now games and I've played a few of them, like Final Fantasy 16 or Ultima Online, and that's an older one, but it becomes more of a place where people sink in tons of hours into a space that's livable. You got things like Skyrim and stuff that do the same thing, and games are getting bigger as a full service. I don't know, where are we looking at in that way, without creating a new entire IP or esports type stuff. But I would really love to take Beckon to a VR massive multiplayer game experience based off of our architecture that we're building now, just further iterated on. So if you want to see us in the future, I would love to do a massive MMO that's the entirety planet of Beckoned, of Devanis, and everybody's playing their factions all over the world. There's a still main core story I'd like everyone to kind of, not in the game anchor to, but to these single player games anchor to. And maybe we can find some fun things to tie in, like bring your character stats over into a created character so you don't have to start from the beginning. There's all kinds of different things. But this gets
pump the brakes, Jabba.
See, that's what I'm saying. Now it's like, all right, pump them. But yeah, I hear it. What's up, Noah?
We get a big enough following, man. We'll rock and roll and put together whatever the hell you want to.
These are the ideas for the investors. Like, how big can you go? And I mean, in imaginary ones, but ones that might want to help us move this forward is, if Beckon isn't enough for you as far as comic books and these little games, then VR and experiences is where games has evolved into. And I'm trying to see what's past that. So, but we got an IP and a story.
Beckon meta.
Yeah, its own meta. How about that?
Beckon pantsless meta.
Why pantsless? Why
because
pantsless?
Everybody's pantsless in meta.
What, do they not have upper bodies? Or do they not have lower bodies?
I was going to say, are you bass backward, son?
Yeah, I didn't. I've not gone into
Dude, all that stuff. Nobody's got pants. Everybody's standing there with no bottoms.
VR chat, it's got bottoms.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does. I've done VR chat.
Oh,
it's got lower bodies to it.
What's that like?
It's pretty cool. Like going there with just Kenton. I found that Red Band, the comedian, does
Metaverse and all them. Everything's an upper torso, nothing on the bottom. It makes it easy.
VR chat. It's the whole body. In fact, if you've got full body tracking, your whole model tracks your whole body.
Hey, you're getting me a little worked up, man. Stop. Full
the
body
glove. Yeah. I said that to Red Band in one of his live chats, and he was like, "Oh, that's funny," because they were talking about haptic feedback VR gloves.
Oh,
so you
man,
feel textures and stuff,
dude. That Nintendo glove, man, was just the
power glove.
The shit.
No, it wasn't. It was crap.
It was the shiznits when it came out. It's like,
all of us.
Oh, you're telling me I can do? Man, this thing don't work.
Was it Richie Rich or what movie was it? That you got Nintendo Power Glove? I think I'm not early enough on that one. But have you ever seen?
What are some of the other little those little control gadgets that just absolutely bombed? What was that other one? That PlayStation one that looked like a wand massager.
Hold on. You're talking about the motion controls for the PlayStation?
I
got those for the PS4 VR. Yeah. So it's got the little light up bulbs on the tips. Yeah.
It's the wand massager. It says so right on the box. Hot
I don't
damn
know,
it.
Dane.
These kids are still in my yard. Can't get rid of them. At least if they could mow it, maybe I'd have a little bit better.
Funny. I'm worried about that shade the whole time. It's just
It
not
sure looks like one of those vibrating wand massagers. I was like, no, I'm not. Nah, I don't know what game I'm playing with that, but I'll pass. Oh man! All right, there's got to be another one. Like so the Power Glove was like an epic fail.
Yeah, but then you got the controls that had the turbo switches. You can like program
Oh
it to
man, I
press a
remember that.
button.
Where like you could massively just mash and hit, and like
Yeah.
so. I remember the old arcade controller that
Yeah.
Nintendo had, and there
Yeah,
was,
real
and my
joystick.
neighbor had it. My buddy growing up had one. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me! We could throw so many fireballs for Mario with this turbo button, you know.
I had one for the PlayStation. It had switches in the upper right. It's like, switch this for Turbo X button. Switch this for Turbo.
I think
button.
I think I remember that. Ended up getting duped into one of those fake generic PlayStation controllers, you know, with the clear plastic, and it was supposed to have all these features, and it worked for a month, and it was done. Those times.
Yeah, simpler days. Simpler days. Elmo. What?
You know, some PlayStation 1 stuff was pretty cool. I was a big Twisted Metal fan and played that quite a bit. And just I think near the time it was done, man, I had beat it with anybody and everybody on that whole thing, which was a task in itself, I think, at that time.
I got told they actually did a remaster of one of them, and I'm like, what? I didn't hear about it.
Man, they did keep some of that franchise going, from what I remember, and you know, and probably got a little bit better. One of my favorite ones was, I can't remember his name, but it was just the two big tires, and the guy was suspended between them. I'm trying to remember the name of that vehicle, man, but that one was my favorite because you could just drive around with those big two tires and just smash everything. I don't know.
Heck yeah.
I'm happy, you know. I'm.
Did you ever see the movie Death Race?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool movie. The first one.
It was I don't think I saw any of the other ones, but I mean, it was an interesting play off of, you know, for sure.
I thought it was fun. For what it was. For what it was.
And then got into definite Castlevania there for a while.
Symphony of the Night is
that one was just classic, man. I mean, to me, honest, like, I wouldn't mind just pulling that back up and playing it again.
The guy that programmed or created the music with me in the basement for Beckoned, the demo, the prototype.
Yeah.
He could play Castlevania on the piano.
Man.
And it was just incredible.
No kidding.
Like, listen to him playing the Sephiroth theme on the piano, like he taught himself in a weekend. It was just dun 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 dun, and I was like in the basement watching him do it, like gnarly. Yeah,
no kidding. Sorry, I kind of disappointed all that dropped off, man. I wanted to see where that was going to go.
Oh yeah, he's been teaching a lot, and then kind of, I don't know where he went. I tried to keep up with him, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
real talented guy.
The music to those old school Magic the Card Gathering games, man. You know, the music in the background just was
Magic the Gathering is a card game, bro. What are you talking about?
I mean, you know, hey, like the soundtracks to that was pretty good.
I think you're thinking of a different game.
Oddworld was sick.
Yes.
I'll throw down on that. I actually wouldn't mind revisiting that to play that again. That was actually pretty killer.
I remember some remakes.
I played the junk out of that initial first Abe's Odd World, man, and it was a demo, and I wore that demo out.
There was a game on PlayStation called Heart of Darkness, and it's like you're a kid that has a dog that gets sucked up in a vortex after you like run away from school because of an
Okay.
abusive teacher. And so
Sounds
you
like a molestation a little bit of
no. It's just punk kids in 1997. But you get he runs home after his dog gets sucked in a vortex.
and
He
a radio
runs home
flyer.
into his treehouse and flips switches, and he's got some freaking like makeshift ship that he can fly around in. And he gets struck by lightning and sent to the world of darkness, where he's got just an electro gun. And it's one of the hardest platformers I ever played, but beautifully animated, cool concept, something that's nostalgic. If you guys don't know it, go try to seek it out. I don't know where you can play it now legally, but yeah.
No, Soul Reaver was a killer game. I played the junk out of that. That was
You
man.
did. You told me about how much you liked it, and then there was Intelligent Q was your thing too.
It was one just because, man, you could just sit there and just rock and roll with it. But man, Soul Reaver was one that just, man, I got sunk into that one. I thought it was cool because the way you had to play it was you had to twist the worlds, man, and you had to sit there and switch between the dark world and the real world. And that, to me, I thought that was actually a really, really cool way to go.
Your mom's so old. When she was a kid, rainbows were in black and white. Nice.
And you had to smack them to get them to work.
Yeah.
You had to adjust the rabbit ears on the rainbow to get them to come in properly.
Yeah. If you only knew, Noah. If you only knew.
Yeah, if you haven't been a human remote and smacked in the back of the head, you really haven't lived for sure. And get yelled at because you turned the dials too fast. I remember that one too.
You're gonna break the switch.
VHF wasn't too bad because it was like 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm gonna go to channel 11. That's fine. But boy, you get down that UHF dial and you got to go from 21 to 41, and they're like, "Stop turning that dial so fast," because you're like,
VCRs were tricky, man. You overuse them and they started eating up tapes. It was gnarly. You get a mechanism not working in that stuff. You pull out a rental, rips out the film. That was nuts trying to put that back in with a pencil eraser.
It was an art. It was an art to take and rip copies of VHS tapes, man. Have this VCR talk to this VCR, but then watch the TV and then tune the channel so that you can see it, and then this one to play to have it on, and then this one to record. It's like, what?
Straight
the amount of brain power it took to get all of that going versus what we got to do now, man, I think much impressive for what we had to do 35, 40 years ago.
I remember.
And you better rewind it.
I remember.
And you better rewind it when you get done.
We videotaped some special. It was either 10th Kingdom or a Robin Hood TV special.
Bancroft says glad that he's getting to witness this book in year 12.
Thanks. Thanks, Bancroft. Welcome to the show. Buddy.
We're going to have to start putting extra numbers in front of that. It's going to be like 2015 here.
Okay. Well, all right. Here's another thing. While he's here, let me be real.
He's going to have this book done before I got the game done. Let me just go ahead and be humble about that.
We told Noah to invest in this book for his grandkids, so we're working on it. So now it's like this being my first book. I'm impressed how Joe did with Star Circuit. So impressed, and I've always been trying to find what's the best medium to come out great with this idea I've had my whole life. And everybody that knows me that for that long has known I've been working on it like that. And I've worked in the game industry for a while. I thought that's kind of where it was going and where I could go with it. But then, like, seeing Joe chase after comics like he did, and then coming out with Star Circuit the way he did, it was just hard for me not to go, ooh, especially after all the conversations we had about it. I started kind of picking up how to do it from him a bit. And so
if it's going to take you 6 months to get your book done, just watch.
No, it took Joe a lot longer than it's taking me, but there's a difference. He had a story to start from scratch. See, I've had this for a while. There's other things that's involved in it, like getting into the community, starting to YouTube a little bit. I kind of rode his coattails into this, and that gave me a boost to get the confidence to train up, do art bros with them. The biggest thing is it's taken me a lot longer than I planned to because, well, it's my first one. Everyone screamed about over details, but I don't know how to do anything else. But I'm starting to learn real quick about that.
You'll get it figured out.
Oh yeah, I'll figure. Or I set the precedence and I just get faster doing this. So, the idea is to get at least one book a year out at this pace.
Man, imagine if you went straight meta with this and took everybody's pants off, how much faster this would go.
Right? No. The fact is, the fabrics are...
a bunch of floating torsos. It's like, yeah.
To any actual artists out there, the fabrics hide a lot of the superhero anatomy. So as long as you know your fabrics are well and your costuming's all right, especially their monkeys, I don't know. These monkeys aren't going to be super muscular. It allows me to use beauty of fabrics along with architecture of the body ratios and proportions. So I didn't have to get too gnarly about all these muscles being shaded in and stuff, but still being interesting. Sorry. See, this is why I can't get technical while you are on the show. So I bore you real quick.
Interior clothing designer.
Thanks.
You're all right. It's okay. Hey, so's Versace. So I mean,
you learn a lot of stuff going to art school at SCAD.
Oh man, all I'm saying. You turn around and turn
your
this
friends
into
are fibers.
You turn this into a fashion deal and start creating clothing, man. We're talking.
You just learn things. You pick things up. But yeah, they had a fibers major. I didn't know how like important fibers are. You can look at movies like Lord of the Rings or TV shows like Game of Thrones and be like, there's textures and material used in all that.
You start doing it. I'm so sexy on the catwalk. It's so sexy it hurts with all your clothing lines. We're gonna talk.
Thanks.
I'm too sexy for my land.
No, I got to get a Maj to do that over at Good Stuff.
Oh yeah,
just do your style.
We could do that, man. We might have to do a parody with Good Stuff.
Has a way of saying nothing and making it sound like something.
We'll do an I'm so sexy show with Good Stuff.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
It'll be okay.
He's fun over there.
It's been a while, man. I need to make it on that show again for sure.
And if you guys haven't, go check out Good Stuff. Good Stuff Comics. Good people. Good fun.
Good
fun
laugh
chuckles.
For sure. Good laugh.
Good fun chuckles.
But no, some stuff like that would be really good. Like I said, even on Cup of Joe the other day. I mean, I think partly, man, it'd be interesting if we figured out how to kind of do like a little bit more of a group show, just with the different people characteristics and everybody's idiosyncrasies and just
that happens around here. You just not around.
I don't get invited, so I mean,
you gotta jump into this.
Well, either that or I do have a date.
All right. Michael Bancroft showed up.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got a YouTube channel. Go sub to it. See his name, right click it, go to channel, sub to it. That's going to be your major source of information in our corner of CG. And also, he has a service. You can be a subscriber to his channel where he updates stuff and everything.
Sounds kind of kinky. I don't know if I'm signing up.
It's not an OnlyFans. That forehead's too big.
Is it kind of
like for that.
Like a to your door kind of service, and he shows up as a fireman or what? I heard there was a fire. No. Actually, I got you.
Great artist.
I'll show up my Batman costume.
I've got it on my shelf, not even though B Rose doesn't, but I have it in mine. Wow. Yeah.
Just show up to his door and be like, I'm Batman. Wait a minute, what?
Over here. Guys, go check out the Lucent. It's on CG Now right now. CGNow.net.
Yeah, I mean, would that work if Batman had a British accent? I mean, would you be like, piss off?
Right? He'd be one of the high-pitched guys. That's funny.
Like, pardon me, excuse me, could you pull this car over so that I could maybe arrest you and take you into the cops, please? Like,
where's the trigger, man? Where is the fucking trigger? Where's the
pardon
trigger?
me? Where's the loo? What? I just think Batman would be having a little different, little different hard time with the criminals. I think.
The Daniel Craig, he'd try to talk with the accent, and be like, "Sorry, what? I can't hear you. Where's the trigger? Where's the trigger? What? Where's the trigger? What?
I don't know though. Okay, all right, let's switch this though. But could Jason Statham pull it off?
Where's the trigger, man? I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't do a good I don't know impression of anyone.
He may be able
I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder if Jason Statham could be. Oh,
he's
man,
too short.
Next Bat. Oh, come on. Who cares?
He has to be Batman on stilts. Like, let's just be real.
He can't be any worse than Clooney or that other guy that shouldn't have been Batman.
Clooney. That's
which I don't know the other one.
This Pattinson I heard did pretty good. He's a little bit on the emo cry side, but hey, it's 2 years being Batman.
I've not seen it. Are you gonna ruin it for me? Is he
I just hear he cries a lot.
Does he break down and
he cries a lot like Spider-Man cried a lot. I mean, Aunt B dying really sucks. Spoilers alert. But yeah, it's like
come on, Batman doesn't cry.
It's okay to cry, but yeah, Batman cry. I mean, he's emo crying. I get it, but
Bruce Wayne
supposed to be vengeance,
Bruce Wayne maybe, but I mean,
it's character building. We get to see a more vulnerable side of him. I get it.
Bull crap. Like Superman didn't cry.
No.
So I mean, why would Batman cry? I mean, that just
I don't know.
You're ruining it.
I don't know.
You're ruining it for me.
I don't know. Yeah, No Worries Band Cry. It's an awesome book.
Man.
Oh yes, Yoshitaka Amano did a Batman cover, and I know that's my favorite artist.
Oh, that'd be
my favorite artist, Yoshitaka Amano.
I'm trying to think of the other guy that was horrible.
I believe they came with action figures too, based on Yoshitaka Amano's Batman.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, they did these action. They looked awesome, super cool.
So, Enemy at the Gates had people with British accents, but they were supposed to be Russian soldiers. Somebody needs to explain that shit. Ain't that the truth?
Batman is a crybaby.
I think they watched a lot of Monty Python growing up there, bud, and so it was kind of an influential thing for them when they were little. Speaking of,
we already got one.
Noah, Monty Python, man, you got to catch up. He says he already got one.
Bring out your dead. Ding. Bring out your dead.
Gosh, man, brace a shrubbery, but not too big, and not too shabby either. But just a little bit somewhere in the middle.
I just don't think handing out swords to everyone from a lady in legs is a good form of government.
I'm your king. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I'm the.
How do we know you're king? So we're just supposed to believe it. Anyone who runs around here saying that the king is supposed to be king.
Oh my goodness, Noah!
Anyone who runs around with a sword saying ladies are giving him swords as kings.
Monty Python, Holy Grail.
Go
that
for
is your
it.
That is your homework.
Learn it, live it, love it.
I can't even spell holy anymore. Wow, my bad.
Batman is now hereditarily mentally ill and also in the closet. Well, we got Joker.
Come on, man.
I thought the Joker / reveal was kind of cool.
All right. Brainstorming session, like helping Batman get masculine back. Like,
it's dry, not lame. It's dry.
Do you think Rock could pull it off?
The Detectors is a good show.
Do you think Dwayne Johnson? Do you think he could pull off Batman?
That'd be another Clooney.
Do you think he'd pull it off?
No, I think it'd be another Clooney
I think he could.
Version. Okay.
I think he could.
Okay.
He'd have to be like, throw me a berry. He'd be like doing the booby dance. and the criminals would be like, did he just flop his boobs at us?
No, Terry Crews. Get Terry Crews to do it. Or Idris Elba. I think he would do good.
Who?
Idris Elba.
Who's that?
Damn. Well, they were thinking of making him the new Bond. Shit, what was he in? Guys, help me out. Idris Elba. Anyone? Am I the only guy who knows who he is?
I mean, I'm just like.
What about David Tell as Batman? How about that?
That could be interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I just woke up at the bar and there was Joker.
It's like, man, what'd you
do? So I was crying, and
you make out with Rambo's knife or something? What the hell's happening?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if you had your pick.
You look like the Crow and Homie Don't Play That just had a baby. No. Joker? No. Okay, never mind. Sorry, channeling Drunkatil apparently.
Wait a minute. Was Heimdall the guard that dang it. I'm trying to remember.
Have you ever heard of Benny Hill? No.
Yes. What's that? I actually went to school with him, yeah.
You did go to school with Benny Hill?
Yeah, true story.
True story?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't. I got mixed up with Jack Benny.
The Bifrost guard. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
It was him in the Thor. Yeah.
I'm remembering that. I'm just trying to think, like, who would be just like a truly legit badass Batman?
I guess they got people like that do this. They get paid a lot of money to make them money
to steal our ideas.
Use that brain power on our side, do we?
Somewhat, man. I still say, dude, I think Dwayne Johnson could pull it off. I'm not necessarily saying best ever, but I think he can pull it off.
I think they're gonna try at least once.
So much better than if they had, what's his face? The guy that talked, very rudely to Chris Rock and had his wife get just brutally destroyed on television. Will Smith could not do Batman. Take him off the list.
Right. I would,
Take him off the list.
Yeah. But Chris Rock can.
No. I mean, he could slap the hell out of Joker. That is for sure. Now, it's in.
Are you terrorizing Gotham?
Did you just talk about my wife? You better keep my wife.
Oh, you're talking about Will Smith playing Batman now?
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
That's actually good. And then, the Joker be played by Chris Rock. That would work. That could work.
Oh, we just figured out a parody, man. We've got to get that going.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Memes galore. Here we go.
And Martin Lawrence is the Penguin.
Oh.
Or the Riddler, but I think he'd do a better Penguin. I think Carlton would do a better Riddler.
I'm going
whatever
with
that guy.
I'm going with anybody, but I'm thinking. I think Dwayne Johnson could. I think he could pull it off.
For Batman, or I'm going on villains now. I'm getting off the Batman train. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm still trying to keep that. I'm gonna ride that hoe. I'm gonna try to keep that alive.
You need to try your Photoshop a little bit, and then you can Photoshop this, and it could be a dream.
Yeah, no kidding. I could actually make that work.
So when do I get to come and live with you?
In my couch?
Look at that.
I mean, it's a fold out.
I didn't even know you played piano.
A little.
Yeah.
I tickle some keys every now and then.
Oh, what's going over there on the right side? There's a rip in reality.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you're not supposed to go big screen with it, man. I can't support. I can't support the whole house. With all this stuff I got going on. Trying to think. So, oh darn, what's that other dude's name that was Leonidas in the 300? Do you think he could do Batman?
Oh, Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
I wonder what he would do.
What do you
as
think?
A Batman.
What do you think? Maybe that's hey, that's a potential right there.
It's underrated. They basically Jim Carrey's a Riddler. They basically just it was Jim Carrey just be Jim Carrey. I mean, that's almost what if you asked Robin Williams to be the Riddler? I think he would have been creepier.
He would have pulled it off, man. I really
1 hour
think
photo style.
Man, that 1 hour photo just absolutely screwed me up. Mm-hmm. Just like Denzel Washington getting screwed up with Training Day.
Yeah,
when Training Day came out, you're like, this is Denzel, right? And then all of a sudden, he just went straight. Right? He just went straight wicked, and you're like, almost like, and then man, I'm trying to figure out which one went crazier, him or Wayne Brady. When Wayne Brady was like, all right, Chappelle, let's go, we're gonna roll. Yeah. All right. Young Denzel Washington for a Batman. Maybe.
Mm-hmm,
I could man, after seeing him in Equalizer.
Yeah.
Denzel could get it done. I think so. I think I would back that more than
what's funny is we're still on the Will Jada bringing Will Smith up.
Huh?
He consoled Will Smith after.
Oh man, can you imagine Jada trying to do Catwoman and licking all that stuff and getting a hair ball and tennis ball hair?
Because she would have went with Robin or one.
Actually,
Robin's
probably
friend.
she won't. She probably don't have much hairball to even get caught, right?
Oh, there it is. You a wild boy, Dwight. You a wild boy, man.
Burn. All right, Denzel, man. I will shove that.
Don't finish that sentence. Please let people clip that. Don't finish that sentence.
Huh? I think
That was
Gerard
too
Butler
far.
might be able to kind of. I think he could get it done. I think he could get back, spray paint on the 6-pack like they did in 300. I think he could. Yeah.
Actually,
Batman doesn't go down, so he only goes up in elevators. Huh?
Who?
Batman.
I didn't even know he went up elevators.
Yeah. He doesn't go down.
Batman doesn't go down. DC confirmed. Gerard Butler's too old and too fat.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, the Man on Fire was good.
Oh, Man on Fire was just wonderful.
See, I was going with Idris Elba on this idea. If it was Denzel, you don't know who Idris Elba is. I'm gonna find.
I mean, Denzel, man, Equalizer was still pretty good.
All right, now I'm gonna show you this dude, and you're gonna be like, dude, that's a Batman. That's a potential Batman. There's a beard. Is there any picture of him without the? Okay, there's one. Still got some scruff.
I think he could, but man, he's a little up there now.
In the age.
I mean, what are we going to go like Jason Momoa now? Like,
No.
Played out or come on.
No, I think
I think Denzel was a solid pick.
He is a good pick. It is a solid
I think that's.
What about the Wayans brothers?
What? Is there a frickin' frack comic in there that I didn't know about?
No.
Well, they've done everything else.
That's kind of where I'm. Yeah, that's where I was.
Let's just say that.
What about Ice Cube? Can we get Ice Cube to be Batman?
Today was a bad day.
Smokey's man, you think
oh man, come on.
Struck again.
So dang. I can't even remember his name now. Chris what's his nuts?
Tucker.
Smokey. Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
He could do a Riddler. I think he might. Yeah. I think he could do a Riddler. I think he could be wacky and zany enough to go that. Oh man, can you imagine Ricky Gervais as Riddler? Did I just pull that out there and be like, oh man, that could work. Ricky Gervais.
Well, you can decide to hit. You can decide to punch me in the face. And you don't have to. It just all depends on what your level of violence is.
Oh, I'm just not even sure if you're capable if you can get it done, But anyway, the heckler that would be, my goodness.
Really, you gonna come and fight crime wearing a bat suit? That's what you're doing.
So who are we looking
Saving
at?
the world, but how many gallons that Batmobile burn? Huh? How much is that for the ozone? We're all gonna get skin cancer. Thanks, Batman.
I'm not thinking whoever this DeCray Montgomery. I don't think so.
Huh? Who?
I don't think so.
I'm not keeping.
Yeah, I'm not.
What'd you just say?
I'm not thinking so. The guy from Stranger Things that had the weird looking hairdo, like from the 70s, 80s.
No, I'm looking now.
Kind of looked like he had a Trans Am haircut. He's too pretty boyish from the guy that did Batman this time. This one's gonna cry even worse than the other one.
Yeah.
Straight up, the emo Batman. We gotta go the other way. I can't go emo Batman.
Dude, there's a picture of him. Oh, I guess this is from the show, I guess. Yeah, okay. He looks straight up weird friend's dad you don't want to be babysat by.
He looks like he goes down in an elevator.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Batman doesn't use elevators.
Yeah, Batman doesn't go down.
I mean, there's some art. I see the jaw structure behind a mask. It could work. I would go with the guy that played Arrow.
He can't Bruce Wayne that, man. I think you're right.
Mm, mm, mm. I
I'd rather them
don't
go
know.
back to Christian Bale than this.
Nah, I'm bailed out.
I think he still did a good job, man.
Yeah, but he always does a good job.
I
His
get
method
that,
acting and
I still think he did a good job.
his method
Okay,
acting is great.
Tom Hanks, Batman.
Alfred! Don't leave me, Alfred.
Oh man, that could work. Oh,
Yeah,
Tom Hanks, Batman.
yeah.
That's it. There we
go. Who we were talking about just a second ago. He's going to be playing Gore. Oh, Christian Bale. The way that guy just changes his physique for the roles.
Oh man. So if that's what we're going to do, then we're straight going Matthew McConaughey for Batman. All right. That's top of my list.
All right.
You know what I like about them criminals, man? I get older and they stay the same age.
I will not watch a Batman movie if Tom
Matthew
Cruise
McConaughey
ever plays Batman.
Dude, that would be absolute disaster. And they might do that.
I won't do it.
Don't let them.
Could you imagine seeing that big old cheesy smile underneath the Batman suit? No.
Just not gonna do it.
Jumping up in the seat of the Batmobile going, I got him.
Oh man. No.
Too much.
No. That would ruin it. And they would do it. I mean, he might as well. They gave it to Val Kilmer. They gave it to Clooney. They gave it to that other dangling that dated.
Hold on. Check Jennifer. Just roll with it. This.
Booty.
Leonardo
Judy
DiCaprio.
Lopez. Huh?
Leonardo. What if they do Leo DiCaprio as
Man, he'd be a good Bruce Wayne, though. He could knock Bruce Wayne, I think, out of the park. I really think. I think he could get that done.
Or let's go back to Tim Burton and get Johnny Depp post Amber Heard as a new Batman. Now what?
No, I don't think so.
You gave that soft kind of sigh. I think you kind of hesitated.
That's too zany. I think Depp is more villainous.
That's what
character material.
Hey, Batman's on the teeter-totter of villain. And
I think he's more villain material than that. I really do. My opinion. I think it's interesting to throw him in there, but man, I would rather see DiCaprio, I think, and see where that went, to be honest. Can you imagine him throwing fun coupons to all of the Joker thugs, fun coupons, Oh man. But I think
this pin. But yeah, guys, that is the show. You watch me do some shading and lighting and some color on
Christmas tree lights.
I said that earlier, I think, underneath my breath, but no, they're loadings of different caliber on our scale. This
like you went to Walmart on a Christmas light sale.
Helps them tune their magic in a bit more focused way because they all create their own, create some matrix types.
Mortarizing, that would be insane. No, I'm thinking Will Ferrell. So squash Will Ferrell. Squash Will Ferrell. Squash Will Ferrell and make him the Penguin. That would be so much better.
In the new one.
Hey. Yeah. Oh no, man. Come on.
In the new one, Colin Farrell is the Penguin. The transformation is incredible. You can't even tell it's him. But Will Ferrell doing it? Wow.
I believe Colin will pull it off because, man, I've seen him in some other stuff. What was it that I saw him in where he was just old and fat and bald and it was Colin Farrell? Not here too long ago.
Batman. The Batman. I don't know.
But no, Colin Farrell can pull some stuff off. Like he's okay. But Will Ferrell, man, my goodness. So do you think Will Ferrell the Riddler?
I did that in the Joker a second ago.
Could you see
in
it?
my head? No, too silly. I couldn't take.
I don't know if he could go like
When we
enough.
okay, you exactly. You know how we talked about, Robin Williams going into the 1 hour photo. Once we see
so
Will
surprising.
Ferrell, once we see Will Ferrell do a part like that, yeah, but he's got to hit it good.
I would be interested if Will Ferrell came out with something that just absolutely, totally different, absolutely crazy.
Mhm.
I am normally not. I'm normally not a Will Ferrell fan unless he is with Wahlberg. If he's with Wahlberg, then I can handle it. When he's outside of Wahlberg, I have not really been able to like him that much.
Here's a dark twist I just thought of, because Ray Liotta did pass away, and not to make fun, but he had some botched, plastic surgery around his mouth. I'm thinking, what if a younger version of him played Batman, who the night the Joker killed his parents ended up giving Batman the cut smile. At a young age, and then so Batman grows up, exposes that part of his mask to be that kind of carved. These are the scars from the death of my parents. I survived. Just be, I don't know. That would only use Ray Liotta. That was all I was going for.
I kind of actually like the twist. Then Batman's gone, and then Joker just has to keep that alive, and Joker becomes Batman.
Okay, well, yeah, that's gnarly.
It's pretty
all right.
dark.
Well, if people are listening, Batman's dark. That's how it goes.
Dark. I think Colin Farrell could pull it off. I think Colin Farrell could pull. Farrell could pull off Batman. I think. I do think that could happen.
But yes, and some comedians do make best dramatic performances. That's because in actuality, comedy comes from trauma. So they're just showing their true selves outside the comedy. And that's not all. It was just a joke. Anyway,
are we done? That is it.
Yeah, we're done. That was it. Thank you guys for showing up on. I know it's Thursday, but blame him. It's his fault. But I think this is going to work out better for me,
life
for you.
Or death.
So
it was
and Hiawatha likes it on Thursdays, so we'll just keep moving forward. Joe's got karate on today. He said otherwise he would have showed up. So we'll see how that rolls. But guys, again. Here's a stream. That's it. If you guys haven't, go to zadestudios.com. BECKONEDgame.com works too. But over there's links to go sign up for the comic book you're seeing me work on. You can go play the prototype on Steam and the PC. Just go to zadestudios.com. Check it out. We're going to get a shop going. Right now, the way the payment process will be through PayPal once all that goes live on the website. PayPal is the only one I trust right now. I think that's the only one you all trust. I handle that. I pay a service for it every year for it to be active, and I haven't used it for a minute. So for posters and other type of stuff like merch will be coming down the way hopefully soon. Just look for that. So our hub is that website, zadestudios.com. If you haven't, like, subscribe, all that stuff, guys, that's my pitch. All right, done got her did. All right, guys, y'all have a good one. Later.
Night.